What's up, Internet? Brandon and Cubby, Nerdlocker.com, and we've got Marvel entertainment news today.
Ooh.
Okay, first up is something that we're gonna mention. We're not gonna tell you what it is because it's a huge spoiler, and I wasn't gonna read it, but Cubby said he already read it, so I read it
because he can't do anything for himself.
We're in this together.
No,
and I don't need to be the only person who has to live with this burden of getting spoiled.
I'm
trying to be a great guy.
I didn't think it was going to be what it was. And that's the only reason I read it, and I feel really bad.
Well, I didn't
Either way,
read it.
Go look for it. It's essentially they just talk about what happens in this stinger, which is the little scene at the end of Captain America that they like at the end of the Marvel movies that they put in now. It has something to do with setting up Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Whereas Thor's stinger moment with Benicio del Toro totally set up Guardians of the Galaxy. This is setting up the next one, and holy crap, they mentioned someone. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna say anymore. No. Just do it.
Look it up for yourself. We don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah, it looks awesome though. So
next up. Peter Dinklage talks about his role as
Bolivar Trask.
Bolivar Trask.
Wow.
I can never say his name.
It was in the TV show, dude.
But
Bolivar
I just know Trask.
It's so easy to...
I just say Trask.
Whatever.
It's easier.
Bolivar Trask.
Regardless.
Being played by the amazing Peter Dinklage. He pretty much talks about how Trask himself is like a peace-loving man who wants the world to be united, and he realizes that mutants are the one thing that can get humans united.
Unite humanity.
Completely. Essentially how Hitler used the Jews to do the same thing.
Compares his character to Hitler.
That's totally fine. That's exactly how the character is.
Absolutely.
He creates the mutants, or the Sentinels, to hunt mutants down.
Yeah. So it's Gestapo.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and also, he goes on further. He doesn't want to keep going into it, but he goes on further to say that Trask being who he is, or Peter Dinklage being who he is, it almost makes him feel like he's a mutant, but without the powers, yada, 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 going into this crazy thing. Essentially just saying that, like, yes, Hitler was not 6 foot tall, or Aryan and blonde. He was a short, weird looking fat dude with a mustache. And, like, it's the same concept. It's the same concept. Yeah.
Either way, I think
I'm so stoked.
Even if that movie sucks, I know Peter Dinklage is going to be awesome.
Such a good grasp on the character already. I haven't even seen it. I just saw a picture of him, and it looked like a horrible, mean picture. But still, it looked awesome.
I can't wait for him alone in this movie. Also, in Avengers Age of Ultron news, we know they're filming in Italy and South Korea, and they've just added South Africa to the list of places.
But no one's going to be there. As it doesn't even say if anyone from the actual the stars are going to be there. Yeah. So they're probably just filming B-roll or whatever.
Some extra stuff. Bryan Singer talks about Quicksilver because we all know he's going to be in X-Men Days of Future Past, and he's going to be in Age of Ultron.
Yes.
And he basically comes out and says it was always my idea to use Quicksilver. I told them that from the beginning, and he's confident that the Quicksilver you see in X-Men Days of Future Past is not the Quicksilver you will see in Avengers. Two different takes on the character, so he doesn't think there's going to be any confusion whatsoever.
They aren't also going to delve into the relationship between Magneto, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver in Days of Future Past. I am kind of glad about that because it seems like it would be way too much information to throw at someone.
I feel like with a movie with this much going on, it's just going to be like...
two different Magnetos, one's super sexy and one's super gay and stuff like that. It's just going to be way too much.
What?
So that's what's going on with that. In other Marvel news, more back to Marvel Studios, Edgar Wright, he's using his photo blog to get people pumped up for Ant-Man, and he's been tweeting pictures or whatever, posting pictures of a mini Michael Douglas and like old school Ant-Man costumes.
Yes.
Like 60s era costumes.
Yes.
That's pretty dope. But I mean, it kind of throws off the whole Marvel universe the way it's been being built. Because they never really reference it, which I understand you don't have to make Iron Man and Thor and all that stuff make sense. You don't have to talk about, there was Ant-Man at one point. But
they're kind of establishing stuff, and obviously he's going to work for S.H.I.E.L.D., so...
they didn't mention Captain America at all during Iron Man 1.
No, they didn't.
Though they had Easter eggs, which were supposed to imply that he was there, yada, 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 yada.
But I guess the rumor is that you will see a young Hank Pym fighting communism in the 60s as Ant-Man, which I think is awesome. So let's just hope
it's just a rumor. We don't know what's going to happen.
We'll see.
Yes, and back to Bryan Singer. You want to take this one? Take it.
I'll take it. He talks about Days of Future Past and X-Men Apocalypse coming up, where he says X-Men Apocalypse is going to be sort of a sequel to First Class, whereas Days of Future Past is going to show you how everything happens.
How it gets to that point.
Yeah, how everything gets to the point that we're going to have Apocalypse. And what was it? People online were saying that Apocalypse was an alien?
They were going to change it so that way he was an alien. Thank God it's not true. They're not going to Michael Bay it and just turn into an alien like...
Hey, look, I'm doing it.
Oh my God! They're mutant turtles now. They're aliens now.
They also talked about cutting Anna Paquin's big scene from the movie, but Bryan Singer promises that she will still be in the movie.
Just her thing that she did.
The big thing that she does is not in it. So, okay. Also, Lauren Schuler.
Donner. There's 3 parts to her name.
Laura Schuler Donner. I can't. This light is so goddamn bright.
I read it 4 times already. That's why I knew she had a 3-part name.
She was a producer for X-Men. Says that she would love. She's dying to do a Gambit movie with Channing Tatum. Bobby can't believe it too. I guess Channing Tatum has voiced his want to play it. And they want to go ahead with it. She's just hoping the studio wants to do it because she's like, who doesn't love Channing Tatum?
I do. So
I do too. 21 Jump Street's outstanding. What else we got here?
Thor 3 has writers, people attached to actually get it going. Hold on.
Can take any minute.
Craig Kyle.
Craig Kyle.
I think that's it.
Yeah. That's awesome. And
Chris Yost and Craig Kyle.
Which they've written a lot together.
They've done a lot of great things together. Their new X-Men run is...
Didn't they did the X-Force too before it was Uncanny, I believe.
Maybe, I don't know. But I know they did the one where all the kids getting killed and the grave issue cover. Oh man, that was nuts.
Well, I like that team. And I'm okay with this.
The fact that they're working on Thor 3, which isn't even... I don't think it's greenlit as of yet, but they're working on it.
I'm assuming it will be.
Yeah.
Also, Anthony and Joe Russo, I guess Marvel's so impressed.
This is the one that's not greenlit completely.
Yeah, but Marvel's so impressed with early feedback on Captain America Winter Soldier that they're up for directing the next one.
That just makes me happy. That Winter Soldier is going to be rock your socks off awesome.
So stoked for that movie.
Good.
It's the one movie I'm absolutely just ecstatic for this summer or this year.
I'm totally gonna Paul Rubens that movie and get kicked out for masturbating in the theater.
At the midnight screening.
At the midnight
screening. In the middle of the theater.
Yeah. Especially during that singer sing. Go check it out online and see what it's about.
Yeah.
And let us know what you guys think about all this awesome news and that and whatever the hell else you want. And yeah.
For the record, I won't be sitting next to Cubby for that movie.
He'll be sitting in front of me.